Do you ever wonder how much time you truly have left once you hit 70? Each passing year feels more valuable, and the reality is your body is already sending you signals about your potential lifespan. Some people in their 70s remain vibrant, sharp, and full of energy, while others begin to slow down, grappling with health issues and fatigue. The difference often lies in a few key signs, subtle yet powerful indicators that can offer a glimpse into your future. In this video, we'll explore 7 signs that can reveal how long you might live after 70. These aren't just guesses or myths. They're based on real patterns observed by researchers and doctors in people who live long, healthy lives. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your own body and lifestyle, and more importantly, what steps you can take to maximize your chances of living longer and staying healthier. Stick around until the end because you might be overlooking small things that could have a significant impact on your future. Once you recognize these signs, you'll have a clearer picture of where you stand and what changes you might need to make to add years to your life. Let's dive in. Sign 1. Your ability to stand on one-leg balance isn't something most people think about until they start losing it. But your ability to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds is one of the strongest predictors of how long you'll live. Researchers have found that people who struggle with balance are more likely to experience falls, injuries, and even cognitive decline. On the other hand, those who can maintain their balance well into their 70s and beyond tend to live longer, healthier lives. Imagine 2 women, Carol and Nancy, both in their early 70s. Carol has always been active. She walks daily, does yoga, and can easily lift one foot off the ground for several seconds without wobbling. Nancy, however, hasn't paid much attention to her balance over the years. When she tries to stand on one leg, she immediately starts tipping over, needing to grab onto something to steady herself. What Nancy doesn't realize is that this loss of balance isn't just an inconvenience. It's a warning sign that her coordination, muscle strength, and even brain function may be declining. Good balance relies on strong legs, a sharp nervous system, and a healthy brain. If you notice yourself stumbling more often, feeling unsteady when turning quickly, or needing to hold on to walls or furniture for support, it's time to take action. The best part? Balance can be improved. Simple exercises like standing on one foot for a few seconds each day, walking heel to toe, or practicing light Tai Chi can help you rebuild stability. Try this test right now. Stand up and lift one foot off the ground. Can you hold it for 10 seconds without struggling? If not, don't panic, but don't ignore it either, because the more you work on your balance today, the stronger and steadier you'll be for the years ahead.
Sign 2. Your grip strength. Believe it or not, the strength of your handshake might reveal more about your future than you think. Research has found that grip strength is one of the clearest indicators of overall vitality in older adults. A firm, steady grip suggests strong muscles, good circulation, and a well-functioning nervous system. On the other hand, a weak or declining grip can be an early warning sign of muscle loss, frailty, and even a higher risk of health complications. Take Robert, a 78-year-old man who always prided himself on his firm handshake. He stayed active, did light weightlifting, and never had trouble opening jars or carrying groceries. Then there's Walter, also 78, who noticed that simple tasks like twisting the cap off a bottle or holding onto a heavy bag felt harder than they used to. He dismissed it as aging, but his declining grip strength was signaling a loss of muscle mass, which could make him more prone to falls, injuries, and even a shorter life expectancy. Your hands are a reflection of your overall muscle health. If your grip is weakening, chances are so is the rest of your body. And the more strength you lose, the harder it becomes to stay independent, active, and resilient. The good news? You can rebuild it. Simple exercises like squeezing a tennis ball, using hand grippers, or carrying light weights can help maintain your grip and keep your muscles strong. So, take a moment and test your grip. If shaking hands feels weaker than it used to, or if everyday tasks are getting harder, don't ignore it. How well you hold on to things today might just tell you how well you'll hold on to life in the years to come. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment more below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Sign 3. Your walking speed. One of the most telling indicators of how long you might live after 70 isn't hidden in your DNA, medical records, or even your diet. It's something much simpler: your walking speed. Research shows that people who maintain a steady, brisk walking pace in their 70s and beyond tend to live longer than those who slow down significantly. Walking speed is directly tied to overall health, muscle strength, cardiovascular function, and even brain health. Consider two individuals, Joe and Frank, both 75 years old. Joe walks every morning, maintains a steady pace, and doesn't struggle with crossing the street or climbing stairs. His movements are smooth, balanced, and confident. Frank, however, has slowed down considerably over the past few years. He struggles to keep up with others, takes frequent breaks, and sometimes feels unsteady on his feet. While Joe's pace suggests his body is functioning well, Frank's declining speed could be a warning sign of deteriorating health. A slow, unsteady walk isn't just about aging. It can signal underlying issues like muscle weakness, poor circulation, or even early neurological decline. Your legs are your foundation, and when they weaken, so does your overall resilience. The good news: walking speed is something you can improve. The more you walk, the stronger you stay. If you've noticed yourself slowing down, don't ignore it. Start making small efforts to build strength, whether it's taking more walks, using light weights, or doing simple leg exercises. In the end, how fast you move through life can tell you a lot about how long you'll keep moving at all. So, pay attention to your pace. It might just be the simplest way to check in on your longevity. Sign 4. Your resting heart rate. When you're sitting quietly or lying in bed, how fast is your heart beating? Your resting heart rate, the number of times your heart beats per minute while at rest, is a surprisingly powerful indicator of how well your body is functioning. For most healthy adults, a resting heart rate between 60 and 80 beats per minute is considered normal. But studies show that those who have a resting heart rate closer to 60, or even in the 50s if they're fit, tend to live longer. Why does this matter? A lower resting heart rate usually means your heart is strong and efficient. It doesn't need to work as hard to keep your body running. But if your resting heart rate is consistently above 80, even when you're relaxed, it could be a sign of underlying problems, like stress, poor cardiovascular fitness, or even hidden inflammation in the body. Think of your heart as an engine. If it's constantly running fast, it wears out sooner. But if it runs smooth and steady, it lasts longer. Take Sam and John, both 72. Sam walks daily, watches his diet, and gets good sleep. His resting heart rate is 62 beats per minute. John, on the other hand, sits most of the day, eats a poor diet, and sleeps irregularly. His resting heart rate is consistently over 85. These numbers might seem small, but over time, they represent a massive difference in heart health and life expectancy. If you want to live longer, start by checking your pulse. Count your beats per minute while you're relaxed. If it's high, talk to your doctor and start making small lifestyle changes. Walk more, reduce stress, eat cleaner, and sleep better. Your heart has been beating every second of your life. Make sure it's beating strong for the years to come. Sign 5. Your ability to get up from a chair without using your hands. This might sound simple, but it's one of the most revealing tests of your muscular strength and independence. Can you sit down and stand up from a chair without using your hands? Why does this matter? Because it's a direct measure of lower body strength balance, and coordination, all critical for longevity. Imagine a woman named Anita, age 74. She does squats every day, gardens, and climbs stairs with ease. When asked to sit in a chair and stand back up without using her hands, she does it effortlessly. Now picture Rita, also 74. She's been sedentary for years. When she tries to stand from a chair, she has to lean forward and push herself up using her hands or the armrests. This small difference has big implications. Studies have shown that older adults who can stand up without using their hands are more likely to live longer, stay independent, and avoid falls or hospitalizations. Why? Because your ability to control your body weight, engage your core, and push yourself up shows that your muscles and nervous system are still functioning well. If you're losing this ability, it means your legs, hips, and balance are weakening, a serious risk for injury. But here's the good news. Just like with grip and balance, this can be trained. Practice standing from a chair without using your hands. Start slow, and as you get stronger, increase your reps. Even 5 minutes a day of squats, leg lifts, or stair stepping can bring major improvements. Your independence tomorrow depends on what you can do today. Don't let your legs forget how to carry you. Sign 6, your social circle. It might surprise you to know that your relationships can be just as important as your physical health when it comes to living a long life. Studies from around the world, including the famous Blue Zones, have shown that people who maintain strong social connections live longer, healthier, and happier lives. Why? Because social interaction reduces stress, boosts your immune system, and gives your life a sense of meaning and joy. Loneliness, on the other hand, is as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Let's look at two seniors, Margaret and Helen, both 80. Margaret lives near her children, goes to church, and meets friends for tea every week. She feels connected and supported. Helen lives alone and rarely leaves the house. She spends most of her days watching TV and scrolling through her phone. Though physically healthy, she feels isolated and often anxious. Over time, this emotional isolation can chip away at mental and physical health, even leading to early cognitive decline. If you've started pulling away from people, or feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, it's not too late to change that. Join a group, reconnect with old friends, volunteer. Even a short phone call a day can lift your mood and strengthen your brain. Your relationships are not just background noise. They're the heartbeat of a long life. Sign 7, your sense of purpose. This might be the most surprising sign of all. People who live long, fulfilling lives almost always share one thing in common. They have a strong sense of purpose. Even after retirement, they feel needed. They have a reason to get up in the morning. Whether it's caring for grandchildren, volunteering, pursuing a hobby, or simply tending a garden, that sense of purpose gives their life direction and energy. Purpose releases positive chemicals in the brain. It protects against depression. It sharpens your focus. And yes, it helps you live longer. Take Emilio, a 76-year-old man who lost his wife a few years ago. For a while, he felt lost. But then he began teaching guitar to local kids. It gave him joy, structure, and a renewed reason to wake up every day. Now compare that to someone who feels like their best days are behind them, who wakes up with no real plans and spends their days in boredom. Over time, this emotional emptiness can drain your health and shorten your life. So ask yourself, what makes you feel alive? What gives your life meaning, even in small ways? Because the answer to that question might just be the answer to a longer, more joyful life. So now you've seen the 7 powerful signs that can help reveal how long you might live after 70. your ability to stand on one leg, your grip strength, your walking speed, your resting heart rate, your ability to rise from a chair without using hands, your social connections, your sense of purpose. Each of these signs is a window into your health, vitality, and future. But here's the beautiful truth. No matter where you are right now, you can improve. These signs are not destiny. They are signals. And when you listen to those signals, you can make small but meaningful changes that add not just years to your life, but life to your years. So, which of these signs surprised you the most? Comment below and let me know. And if you want more videos like this, ones that help you live longer, move better, and feel younger, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification, because your best years can still be ahead of you. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.